Welcome back to Mysteries of the Unknown. In part 1, we walked through the full timeline of Elisa Lam's disappearance and death. She checked into the Cecil Hotel, stayed in contact with family, then vanished on January 31st, 2013. Weeks later, her body was found inside a sealed rooftop water tank. The lid was closed and no alarms had been triggered. The official cause of death was accidental drowning. But to this day, the case continues to spark debate. Before we dive into part 2, hit subscribe, click the bell, and I'll see you on the inside.
Subscribe now. All right, so let's check out theory number 1. Accidental drowning linked to mental health. Okay, Elisa had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and was reportedly taking medication for it. Her family confirmed she had experienced episodes in the past. The LAPD and coroner concluded she experienced a manic or psychotic episode, wandered onto the roof, and voluntarily entered the tank. Let's go to the next section of theory number 1. It says the theory is supported by her sudden erratic behavior in the elevator, her history of mental health struggles, no physical signs of trauma or assault. Critics argue that this theory doesn't fully explain how she accessed the rooftop without triggering alarms, nor how she managed to close the heavy lid of the water tank behind her. Now, I could see what they were saying here. Like, okay, so maybe the bipolar disorder that she's suffering from, or she was suffering from, may have caused this or whatever. But like it said, like the second part, they argue the theory doesn't fully explain how she accessed the rooftop without triggering alarms. Like, how do you access the rooftop without triggering alarms? I mean, unless she climbed out of a window of one of the rooms and then she navigated her way to the rooftop somehow. I don't know. But how else would she access the rooftop without triggering the alarm? And then to climb into a water tank, and I don't have pictures, but I could only assume this water tank was definitely tough to get into. How? So theory number 1 is kind of questionable for me, but at the same time, I get what they're saying as far as the bipolar disorder and her taking medications and her family confirming that she had experienced episodes in the past. So it's like, well, damn. Okay. All right, let's go on to theory number 2. Suicide. Or like they say in 2025, unalived. Right? Some believe Elisa may have been suicidal and that the rooftop was a chosen location to end her life. Supporters point to the behavior in the elevator and the fact that she had previously battled depression. However, her blog posts leading up to the trip showed excitement about travel and life goals. Let's go on to the second section of theory number 2. She had made plans for the future and appeared to be in good spirits, according to hotel guests and employees. This theory also doesn't explain the logistics of how she got into the tank, or why there were no obvious signs of intent. See, this is one of them things, man. That's like, man, I don't even know about this one here. I don't like to believe that a person would just choose. I know it happens, right? But I don't like to believe that a person would just choose to unalive themselves. I don't want to be that person that just believes that people just choose to do it. I feel like there's always a trigger, right? It's just the same thing as, if she's having an episode, what triggered her to have an episode? You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm coming from. So maybe she was always someone that should have been monitored to some extent because of the past and her bipolar disorder and taking meds and stuff like that and having these behaviors before. But it's like, you know, what caused her to probably go through this depression? What was the trigger? So I can't really choose number two either. So let me know your thoughts as I go along here. But let's go on to theory number 3. Foul play. Many believe someone else was involved. Some possibilities include a hotel employee with key access. The rooftop, no alarm was triggered. A stranger who followed her into the building. I don't know. Someone who may have appeared in the unedited version of the elevator footage, which was reportedly trimmed and time-stamped inconsistently. Yo, that last bullet point kind of like, what? You saw my face? That's a real reaction. But let's look at the second part of theory number 3. Supporters of this theory point out the security footage was edited before it was released. There were odd time jumps in the footage. Somebody was messing with it. No one could explain how she accessed the alarm-protected rooftop, but there were no signs of a struggle or defensive wounds, and no DNA or physical evidence pointing to a suspect. Now, I could see maybe someone allowed her to get on the roof for whatever the reason, and when they heard something happen to her on the roof, they didn't want to be held liable, so maybe they went back to edit. Or it could be some foul play. I don't know that part, but I'm just saying, we're trying to dissect all of this stuff here, but, just think about it. Hey, can I get on the roof? No, we're not allowed to let anybody on the roof. Oh, please, please, please. I just want to see the beautiful view from the Belvedere. Like, whatever the conversation may have been. Right now, I'm making a scenario up. And then the person's like, oh, you know what? Okay, you could be up there for like 5 minutes. I'll let you up. 5 minutes. All right. Next thing you know, they gain access, no alarm. Right? And then something happens. And then that person heard something happen. And they went back and edited the video. I'm just saying. I don't know anything other than that could cause a person to, or cause the rooftop door to not be, the alarm on the rooftop door to not be triggered. I don't know about the foul play, though. I don't know about that. What's your thoughts? Put it in the comments. Let's go on to theory number 4. The elevator game / paranormal influence. This theory is more speculative, but widely discussed online. Some believe Elisa may have been trying to play the so-called elevator game, an internet urban legend in which participants use specific buttons sequences to enter a different dimension. Others suggest she encountered something paranormal, either related to the hotel's dark history or something unexplained. Now, I don't know much about this elevator game. I understand it's an internet urban legend, but at the same time, I've never heard about it. I know there's different types of movies, and there's always some kind of storyline that explains erratic behavior of someone that's, that may have unalived themselves or may have gone missing or whatever the case may be, right? But I don't know. The elevator game, I don't know much about this theory. So for now, I'm going to just, I'm not going to completely rule it out because some of the photos that I saw of her like hiding in the elevator and, stuff like that, it just seemed very weird. And the elevator remaining open for a portion of time when it's not supposed to act like that, it's supposed to close the door. Like, I'm not going to completely rule out the paranormal influence thing, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. Did she have a history of paranormal types of activity, types of behaviors? I mean, her parents or her family did say that she's had episodes before. Did they consider those episodes paranormal? You know what I mean? Now, I know the internet, everyone has their theories and whatnot, but I don't know about the paranormal thing, But let's get back to it. Theory number 5, and the very last theory here is cover up or hotel negligence. Remember that whole scenario I just painted? Okay. Some speculate that the hotel or its staff covered up details of what happened to avoid liability. Critics point to the elevator video being edited before release. Didn't I just say that? Okay. The rooftop alarm system possibly malfunctioning or being intentionally disabled. A lack of clear answers about how Elisa accessed a locked area without a trace. While no concrete evidence supports this theory, the inconsistencies and secrecy around the case have kept this possibility alive. Now, I'm telling you, this is one of those that's like, whoa. This one is kind of like, I don't know about the negligence part, but I could see it, though. I could understand the negligence and the video footage being edited because somebody possibly let them up there. Or here's another one. Like they said, negligence, right? What if the alarm wasn't even on? What about that? Mind blown. Boof. It's like, what if the alarm wasn't even on? Whoever was the last person to access the rooftop. Maintenance worker, probably. Forgot to trigger the alarm or whatever, Or not trigger the alarm, but you know what I'm trying to say. Activate the alarm, right? It's like somebody messed up. And then somebody, seems like, based on these theories, somebody edited the video and deleted certain things. So, according to this bullet point here, what is it? Which one? The elevator video being edited before release. The rooftop alarm system possibly malfunctioning or being intentionally disabled. Here's the first line. My bad. Some speculate that the hotel or its staff covered up details of what happened to avoid liability. This one is a strong one right here. I can't lie to you. I'm going with this one right here. Theory number 5. Theory number 5. Which one was the other theory? I think it was number 2. Nah. Hold on. Foul play? Yeah. Like a hotel employee with key access. And you know what I'm saying? Like maybe 3 and 5. Okay, so more 5, maybe 3 for me. Right? I don't know about the foul play portion of it, but maybe somebody messed up and probably didn't set the alarm on the door. And then 5, really, while she was having these episodes. And maybe the elevator was just acting up that day because, maybe a lot of people, what I've heard is, I remember one time I took my family, we took a trip to Dallas. And the hotel was monitoring the elevator because they said if it goes up and down too frequently because of the heat in Dallas at the time, if it goes up and down too much, it could possibly get like stuck or malfunction. And if a lot of people was in the hotel at that time, that could probably cause the elevator to malfunction. You understand what I'm saying? I understand how people may say some paranormal influence and stuff like that because the elevator was not acting like it normally would. But a lot of people just traveled there and they were staying there, and she had roommates. Remember? She had roommates, and they had to get rid of her, put her in another room because of her behavior. They couldn't stand it, right? So I'm like, man. So anyway, theory number 3, kinda, sorta, but definitely theory number 5 for me. Let me know what you're gonna choose and put it in the comment section down below and explain. Let's have this conversation in the comments. All right. So let me know what your thoughts are, what your theories are, and I'll see you in the next one.
Those are the main theories surrounding Elisa Lam's death. Some focus on mental health, others on the hotel itself, but each one leaves unanswered questions, and that's why this case continues to haunt people around the world. Thanks for tuning in to Mysteries of the Unknown. Coming up next, we're diving into a case where a man leaves his house after getting a phone call, and days later, he's found dead in a locked room under a hotel roof. That's the mysterious death and story of Ray Rivera.